What's up? What it do? Today I want to talk to you about Alcatraz, U.S. Penitentiary Alcatraz. Now, I know a lot of people that watch the prison genre may not even be old enough to remember what Alcatraz was, but Alcatraz closed in 1963. At the time when Alcatraz closed, it was like what ADX is right now for people who may be up to speed on that. But nevertheless, Alcatraz was the end of the road for the federal prison system back in the 60s, right? And for people who don't know, it was on an island in the middle of San Francisco Bay. I get deeper into it, but today I just want to talk about a lot of things that's been in the news with Donald Trump saying that he's ordered the Justice Department to reopen Alcatraz.
And it's long been a symbol, Alcatraz, of whatever it is. I mean, it's a bad symbol, but it's a symbol of law and order. And, it's got quite a history, frankly. So I think we're going to do that, and we're looking at it right now.
One thing that I saw that was mentioned in some of the news clips about Alcatraz, they had a news bite of Donald Trump saying that no one ever escaped from Alcatraz. I don't know if that was a lapse of memory or if he's saying that no one ever successfully escaped from Alcatraz, meaning with their life. But for people who don't know, three people did escape from Alcatraz in 1962. I believe it was June 11th. But nevertheless, you have a group of brothers, the Anglin brothers that were born in Georgia, and you have a guy by the name of Frank Morris. Now, I want to say little known fact, but it might not be a little known fact. It might be a well known fact, but it's the guy Frank Morris. He's a white guy, but he was born in Washington, D.C. He even did time at the National Training School in Washington, D.C. So I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure people will leave comments in the comment box. But if he was born in Washington, D.C., and he did time in the National Training School in Washington, D.C., I think it might be safe to say that one of the people that escaped from Alcatraz successfully was from Washington, D.C. So Monday that just passed, Donald Trump said in a social media post Sunday that he is directing the Bureau of Prisons to rebuild and reopen Alcatraz, the infamous former prison, as a place to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders. I don't think I need to explain to y'all who the most ruthless and violent offenders are in the United States federal system. It is well known who the most ruthless and violent federal offenders are. They have lists and documentaries about them, black, white, Mexican, Native American, and all. But people should know that when they just keep saying violent American prisoners or offenders, that's not your guys that's in state prison. That's the people that's in the feds. He said, going back to Donald Trump, I am directing the Bureau of Prisons together with the Department of Justice, the FBI, and Homeland Security to reopen and substantially enlarge and rebuild Alcatraz to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders. We will no longer be held hostage to criminals, thugs, and judges that are afraid to do their job to allow us to remove criminals who came into our country illegally, the president wrote in a post on Truth Social. The reopening of Alcatraz will serve as a symbol of law and order and justice. The president told reporters as he arrived back at the White House later on Sunday that it was just an idea he had because of a radicalized judges and a justice system who want to ensure migrants be deported have due process. I know that was a bunch of words, but technically, anybody that goes into the system in this country, if we believe in the Constitution, is supposed to have access to at least due process. But I don't want to make this a law video because I'm talking about Alcatraz. So I guess because so many of these radicalized judges, they want to have trials for every single person that's in our country illegally, he said, adding that would mean millions of trials. Trump said Alcatraz was closed 60 years ago due to crumbling infrastructure and high maintenance costs, has been a sad symbol, but it is a symbol of law and order. And you know, it's got quite of a history, frankly. So I think we're going to do that. Let me stop right there. That's what he mentioned when he said that he think that we will reopen Alcatraz. We meaning the federal government. But in the same sentence, if you pay attention to it, because my personal belief, I can give you my personal belief right now. My personal belief is I don't think they're going to reopen Alcatraz. I think that if it costs too much money in the 60s and the 50s and the 40s to run the prison, how could it not cost that same amount of money to run the prison now? And you're already going to have to put in millions of dollars to renovate, so to speak, the prison and to enlarge it. Because right now, they're not mentioning this in any of this conversation, but if you do history on Alcatraz, Alcatraz only housed about 350 under 400 convicts at one point in time. Like, it wasn't a mega prison. Like, I think this guy Bukele in El Salvador has this mega prison that can hold 20,000 and up to 40,000. For some reason, I think Donald Trump wants a prison that he can hold that many prisoners in here, and it's not going to be Alcatraz based on how big the place is or how many people it can hold. Now, Donald Trump, he doubled down on this idea Monday, as I was telling you, touting Alcatraz's history of housing the most violent criminals in the world and repeating his belief that the prison represented a strong symbol. Now, here it goes. This is the quote that I was telling you about. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of piece of this. Donald Trump said nobody ever escaped from Alcatraz, and it just represented something strong having to do with law and order, he told reporters at the White House. Now, I'm telling you, and I'm sure somebody fact checked it, 3 people did escape from Alcatraz in 1962. They've made movies about it. Clint Eastwood, if I'm not mistaken, he's a supporter of Donald Trump. Clint Eastwood even starred in one of the Alcatraz films. Alcatraz, located on an island off of the San Francisco coast, operated as a federal penitentiary for nearly 30 years and housed some of the most dangerous criminals in the country, including Al Capone, George Machine Gun Kelly, and James Whitey Bulger. It closed in 1963 because the institution was too expensive to continue operating, according to the Bureau of Prisons. Now, let me throw in some little DC Black trivia information and little known facts. They mentioned that Alcatraz housed some notorious and notable criminals such as Al Capone, Machine Gun Kelly, and Whitey Bulger, rat too. But it also housed Bumpy Johnson, one of our homies from Washington, D.C. by the name of William Deloach. Another little known fact, and a whole lot of people may not know this, but Wayne Perry, Nkosi Shaka Zulu Will, a.k.a. Wayne Perry, you know, the guy that they talk about all the time when they talk about ADX or they talk about DC street culture. Wayne Perry's grandfather, by the name of Len Davis, if I'm not mistaken, was also in Alcatraz. Fly had an uncle that was also in Alcatraz. I can't remember the name right now off the top of my head, but Fly's uncle, which is the brother of his mother, Fly's uncle, which is the brother of his mother, was in Alcatraz, uh, along with Wayne Perry's grandfather, Len Davis, as well as Bumpy Johnson, William Deloach. These are all guys from Washington, D.C. So when you talk about the history of the federal system, and you talk about D.C. guys being sent into federal prison, through studying some of the stuff that I've been doing for this Alcatraz video, I was also watching some video and doing some research on McNeil Island. And I'm not going to get too deep into McNeil Island right now because I think I'm going to do a whole video on McNeil Island. But McNeil Island is in Washington State. It's an island way out in the water, a little bit south of Tacoma, Washington. But a guy by the name of the Birdman of Alcatraz, which really got all the bird information when he was in Leavenworth. But he was a prisoner that came to the federal system from Alaska. Alaska was not a state at that time. So being though Alaska was not a state at that time and it was a federal territory, if you committed a crime in Alaska, you would go to the feds. I say that to say that it's similar to how DC convicts and prisoners are always in the feds, even when Lorton was in existence, because DC, which is a federal district, is similar to a federal territory. So if you commit a crime in DC or Alaska when Alaska wasn't a state, ultimately you'll be sentenced to the custody of the United States Attorney General, and they can send you from federal prison to any other prison in the country. Going back to building the prison. This is another one of the reasons why I believe that Alcatraz and them saying that they're going to rebuild Alcatraz, I think they just beating their chest, but we never know with the Trump and the Trump administration. But an estimated $3 million to $5 million was needed just for restoration and maintenance work to keep the prison open, not including daily operation costs for Alcatraz back then. Alcatraz was nearly 3 times more expensive to operate than any other federal prison, according to the website. It is now operated by the National Park Service as a tourist destination, welcoming approximately 1.2 million visitors a year. Alcatraz was designated as a National Historic Landmark in 1986. However, such a designation can be considered for withdrawal either at the request of the owner or on the initiatives of the Secretary of the Interior, according to the National Park Service. There are certain conditions that make a landmark eligible for losing the designation, such as ceasing to meet a criteria for designation, the qualities for which it is or was originally designated have been lost or destroyed. A spokesperson for the Department of Justice said on Monday that the Bureau of Prisons, which is overseen by the DOJ, is working towards rebuilding and reopening Alcatraz. Bureau of Prison Director William K. Marshall III said the agency will pursue all avenues to implement Trump's plan to reopen Alcatraz. I have ordered an immediate assessment to determine our needs and the next steps. USP Alcatraz has a rich history, he said in a statement Monday. We look forward to restoring this powerful symbol of law, order, and justice. We will be actively working with our law enforcement and other federal partners to reinstate this very important mission. The Department of the Interior referred CNN to Trump's statement saying the agency and the National Park Service had nothing to add at this time. Now, I'm going to do a sidebar right here. I find it kind of funny and maybe even ironic that Trump, as he ran for the White House again, he had to go through all these judicial hurdles. And to get straight to the point, he got 34 felonies, man. He knows how the system goes. I don't understand what this whole campaign about lock him up, and law and order is technically for. But if he wanted to build a prison and reopen a prison such as Alcatraz and say for it to be a symbol of law and order, is definitely a testament of what is to come. Because, I mean, what other thing can we be going towards other than mass incarceration when you open a prison just for the sake of how we look in the history of the prison? Deep situation right there. Former White House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, a California Democrat whose district includes Alcatraz, pushed back on the president's proposal, calling it not a serious one. Alcatraz closed as a federal penitentiary more than 60 years ago. It is now a very popular national park and major tourist attraction. The president's proposal is not a serious one, the congresswoman wrote Sunday on X. The idea to reopen and rebuild Alcatraz seems to have already been floated by the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., days after his father was inaugurated for a second term, when the president signed an executive order to send migrants to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Now, this is a great idea, according to him. In responding to what Trump has now said about reopening Alcatraz, Donald Trump Jr. has reportedly said it is a great idea. Maybe we should reopen Alcatraz now. Nevertheless, let me know what you think about the Alcatraz situation. If you think they will really reopen it, is it worth reopening it? Why would you reopen a prison for millions and millions of dollars to only house something like a few hundred people? He said he'll redo it, rebuild it. If you redo it and you rebuild it, at the max, what you gonna make it like a prison that's on the mainland? You had 1,800 prisoners on the island that you got to drive back and forth on boats just to bring the food and the water and the people that work there to it. I don't think it makes sense.